Hello everyone, welcome back to update number 2. Sorry for the long wait in between videos. I had to wait on some replacement parts, but I have what I need to actually get the system started right now. I really wanted to have more done than what I have right now, but I'm currently having some issues with interference with the joysticks. I have a lot of drift, especially on this one, so I'm looking into that issue right now. But I thought I'd show you what I have so far. So if we look at the back, you can see quite a bit has changed. I have since upgraded to a Pi X, which has 4 gigs of RAM and is running an x86 processor, which means it runs full Windows. I only have one of these fan power on right now because really it doesn't need it at the moment. I have since replaced that little board that I was going to use for the controller with an Arduino Pro Micro, which right now is controlling the whole system. It currently does not run off of battery power because this system requires between 9 and 12 volts, which it can run off of power delivery. So I'm going to plug in a USB Type-C power cable that is connected to a Quick Charge 3 plug. Plug the extension cable in there. Okay, and then plug. Here it starts up. You'll see this will turn on in a second, as well as the screen. And it takes a few seconds for it to trigger everything. There we go. Flip it over. Set it just like that. Got full touchscreen working. I have the touchpad put into place, but I'm having some issues with it because it is taking up the full size. If I show you on the computer while I'm waiting for this to pull up, you notice if I hide this is the old board. You can see that the board right here is actually taking up quite a bit more, and because of that, it actually is touch sensitive right here, which when I put my hand right like this, it triggers that. So it's booting up right now. So far I have the trigger buttons, which these are just temporary. I threw them on there just so I could get it to work. I have the D-pad working, A, B, X, Y, and the joysticks. It does take quite a while to boot up. So there we go. While that's booting up, I'm just gonna show you a look around the back. So I have that ribbon cable right here that connects the HDMI. I have a Nintendo Switch heatsink right here, which is connected to this using a custom bracket. This has its own Wi-Fi antenna. All this stuff right here is temporary. I'm currently working on a redo of the back of the shell. As you can see, this is the previous one that you saw in the last video. The back has this kind of a grip, but since seeing a video from Linus on Linus Tech Tips, I noticed that the back of the grip, if I can pull this up, hide everything, has this more of a ergonomic shape to it, rather than the old design which looked like this. Does inhibit my design of using these batteries right here, which are 2170 cells. I might have to go back to the flat lithium ion packs. Should have started Steam by now. So we're just gonna start up big picture mode. Come on. Okay, so you can see we have it started up. This joystick is acting up quite a bit. So you can see it works, but it wants to keep going up. But if I hold it like this, it doesn't do it anymore. So I gotta figure out what's going on with that. I'm not gonna be able to show a game currently today because of the whole joystick issue, but I thought I would at least show you how it's come along and working out. So yeah. I'm working on the redesigned shell and a couple other features. I'd like to get these working. I had some people consider using these, which are actual Steam controller ones. I found a broken controller online. Get that name in out there. Currently figuring out how to modify these to work in this system, because it would be nice, but they are a little bit on the big side. They're a considerable larger amount, but I'll see what I can do until then. So for now, that's all I really have. I really wanted to have more, but I've been having a lot of issues, like my soldering iron had blown up, so I had to get a new soldering iron. The board I had purchased, this one, the first one came dead on arrival, so I had to get that swapped out. And now I'm having the interference issues with this. This joystick works perfectly. This one's having an issue with this axis. But I did order a new pack using a different method. It came with this joystick cap. So I'm going to try this one. And then to match the actual one from the real Steam Link, I had purchased these, which I'll paint this inner shell white. And that way it'll match more of the actual original Steam Deck. So if you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing, because it really helps me out in the long run. Like if you're really enjoying what I'm doing, dislike it if you just really don't like what I'm doing, and if you'd like to support me in future use, I do have a Patreon which starts at $1. Not really required, but because this stuff is so expensive, anything that people can help out with really would be appreciated. So hopefully I have more to show you next time. Other than that, bye-bye.